Hey guys, it's Matt Higgins. A major criticism of the prequel trilogy was the role of politics within the films. Often, this criticism is directed towards The Phantom Menace, where the surface-level premise behind the film is about the Trade Federation's blockade of Naboo. In this video, I am going to explain and justify the choice to have politics play a larger role in the prequel trilogy. To begin, let's look back to the original trilogy. The original trilogy did an excellent job at introducing us to the universe. We were told that the Galactic Empire rules the galaxy, and that the struggling rebellion fights against their tyranny. We were provided a vision of a past republic and Jedi Order that were grand and noble. However, one thing that was lacking from the original trilogy was the perception of where the Empire ruled from, where the Emperor actually resided. We had no idea how the Empire actually ruled. The focus of the original trilogy was to a small dynamic of characters and worlds. It was always George Lucas's intention to give viewers an idea of the inner functions of the Imperial government. Concept art of Coruscant was created by Ralph McQuarrie, showing that George intended to introduce us to the Imperial Center long before its actual debut over a decade later. Part of the reason why Coruscant was not shown was because of the limitations of the special effects that could be used. Despite the films being a technical marvel, the technology was still not quite there. So politics was always intended to be a part of the Star Wars saga. In the opening crawl of The Phantom Menace, we are introduced to a trade dispute between the Republic and the Trade Federation. To a surface-level viewer, this would be seen as nonsense and pointless. A more in-depth viewer would understand that a group of individuals whose livelihood depends on the ability to transport goods was being offered guidance after their livelihood was threatened by a corrupt republic. The in-depth viewer would understand that the person offering assistance to this trade federation was only using them to incite galactic instability and to increase his political power. The in-depth viewer would understand that the trade dispute was not pointless. A lot of scenes throughout the prequel trilogy take place in the Galactic Senate, and these scenes also come under criticism as being dry and boring. George Lucas does not put meaningless scenes into movies. A scene always serves a purpose, whether it is to move the plot forward, develop a character, or humor audiences. Every scene that takes place in the Senate has purpose and serious consequences. Again, the surface-level viewer may see these scenes as boring because they don't truly understand what is going on and cannot see how each of these scenes plays directly into Palpatine's plan. Whether it is ousting Chancellor Valorum or receiving emergency powers, each Senate session increases the power of Sheev Palpatine and the Sith. Without these scenes, Palpatine would have never been able to execute his plan with such brilliance as to fool everyone. Ultimately, criticism around the political focus of the prequel trilogy mostly boils down to viewers not understanding the underlying meaning behind each scene and seeing its importance. So that's about it, guys. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and subscribe for more prequel related content, including lore, discussions, as well as anything canon about the prequel trilogy. Thanks, guys, and may the Force be with you always.